Let's be honest, most people feel different at some point in life. But some people feel it constantly. Not because they're strange, and not because they're broken, but because their mind works in ways most people don't recognize. Psychology shows that people who grow up feeling mentally apart from others share a specific set of traits that make them intelligent, self-aware, perceptive, and also incredibly isolated. This isn't just about being quirky or introverted. It's deeper than that. Here are the rare psychological traits found in people who feel like they don't fully belong, even when they want to. First, they notice patterns nobody else sees. People who feel different often have a kind of hyper-pattern awareness, a cognitive sensitivity where the brain connects dots faster and more deeply than the average person. You don't just listen, you analyze tone. You don't just watch, you decode behavior. You don't just hear what someone says, you notice what they didn't say. It sounds like a superpower, but it's socially exhausting because while everyone else is simply living the moment, you're busy dissecting it, and people can feel that. Your presence feels intense, observant, even intimidating, not because you mean to be distant, but because your brain simply won't stop processing. Second, they don't participate in emotional noise. People who feel different can't tolerate drama, chaos, or shallow conversation. Psychologists call this low emotional reactivity. It's not because you lack emotion, but because you refuse to waste it. You're calm when others panic, you're silent when others gossip, you withdraw the second someone starts exaggerating for attention. But here's the problem. Most social groups bond over emotional noise, the excitement, the jokes, the overreactions, and since you don't join in, people misread your calm as distance, disinterest, or even coldness. You're not cold, you're just allergic to unnecessary chaos. Third, they rely on themselves more than anyone else. When you grow up learning that almost no one thinks like you stop expecting others to understand. This creates extreme internal regulation. You solve problems alone, you heal alone, you make decisions alone. It's a strength born from necessity, but it's also loneliness because connection requires vulnerability, and vulnerability feels fundamentally unsafe when you've spent your whole life being misunderstood. It's not that people walk away from you, it's that you just rarely open the door. Fourth, they question everything others accept. People who feel different have low conformity. They don't follow trends, don't mirror the group, and don't pretend to agree just to fit in. You don't laugh because others laugh. You don't follow because others follow.
You don't attach yourself to group identities or collective thinking. This earns respect, but not closeness, because people bond over sameness, and you're built on originality. And fifth, they struggle to express emotions in real time. This is linked to what's known as emotional delay. Not a lack of feeling, but a slower process of translating emotion into words. You feel deeply, but you express slowly. You care intensely, but you show it subtly. And the world often mistakes subtlety for indifference. People might admire your thoughts, but feel disconnected from your heart. Not because you don't have one, but because you protect it so carefully. People who feel this way don't become isolated overnight. It happens gradually, through small misunderstandings, filtered emotions, quiet observations, and a lifetime of being too much in some ways and not enough in others. But here's what most people never realize. Feeling different isn't a flaw. It's a reflection of depth, a mind that refuses to shrink, a personality that refuses to perform, and a heart that refuses to fake connection. You don't need to change who you are. You just need to understand who you are. Because once you recognize your own psychological wiring, you'll stop asking, "Why am I so different?" and start realizing, "I was never meant to blend in."